Alright guys, now I think we got all the antifreeze drained out of here. So now, be able to pull this out of here. Everything's drained. That's what we want. Pull the cap off. So, actually, it's draining a little bit more now that I opened that lid. I think it had a little bit of a vacuum in there. So, anyway, I think we can go ahead and remove these two bolts here. There's two on each side, right here and right here. So I think I'm going to do that. I'll make sure it's not... no, that's not the right one. So let's see if it's this other one I saved over here. And we'll let you know. That's what it was. So I think I'm going to spray this again with some WD. Just helps out a little bit. Once you get it start to come out of there, it'll makes life a lot easier. Yep, let me get this thing out of here. And like I said before, you put that WD on there and it'll make it a lot easier for you to remove the bolt just by hand. You don't have to run the ratchet the whole way. I mean, this truck's pretty old, so it I do a little more on that one. It's pretty old, so these bolts have probably never been taken out. That's what I'm guessing. So yeah, that one's kind of being, this one's kind of being fussy a little bit. Not sure why. Just wants to be, I guess. This one's weird. Yeah, this one's being weird. There it comes. Okay. So, got both these out of here. Set them right there for a second. And my dad, he set a little screen inside there. My dad's passed away, 4.5 years ago now, but this is the truck I inherited. He drove this all around, but he always just liked to put a piece of screen in there. It kind of protects your radiator from all the bugs and stuff hitting it. So even branches and stuff like that, weeds and stuff, when you're driving down the road, it just kind of protects it. So not a bad idea. I'm probably going to put that back in there. So anyway, that's dripping just a little bit here, and now I'm going to probably unhook these big radiator hoses here, and I've got some new ones as well. I'm gonna grab those real fast. So yeah, we got and this one looks like that's going to be the one for there, and then and this one, let's see where that one goes. like it's going to go on something. Yeah, something like this. Yeah, so this is the bottom. This one's the bottom one, and that other one there is the top one, appears to be. Because this one, yeah, you can tell that's not that one. So this is the bottom one, and that's the top one. Now, I did remove this, and I forgot to hit record on here, but this little tube right here, this little thing, this goes to the coolant reservoir. So it just has a little clamp here, and it just screws right in there, you know, so you just tighten that up. So yeah, I forgot to put that on the video, but just make sure you put it in the upright position, or everything in your coolant reservoir will leak out on the ground. And this coolant stuff's expensive, so we definitely don't want it to leak out on us. So just make sure it's not leaking out. Dry my hands off here a bit, and then gonna see about taking this coolant hose off of here. I got some pliers here, and I think that'll help me to kind of release these hoses off of here. They're probably on here pretty dang good, because I don't think they've ever been taken off. So, whoop. There, I'm just going to lower that over there, over that hose. I'll take this one off as well. Just take it off like that, and we should be able to kind of work these off of here. And that thing's still kind of draining down there. I think as I turn this on too, this will help us see. I think as I kind of release the pressure on this stuff, these hoses are kind of releasing the vacuum seal on this stuff. Oh my goodness. I'm not sure how I'm going to get that off of there. It's not wanting to turn. I'm going to grab me some, I think some channel locks maybe might be the ticket. Now these are probably overkill, but I can't remember where my other ones are. So I'm just going to try and maybe just work this back and forth here. Might get it to come off there. Once you get it started, it come off of here pretty easy. See, that one came right off, and so not too bad there. And then this one here was already pretty much started, and I kind of drained it from this top side and back into the radiator again, so I didn't lose all the antifreeze onto the ground. And we'll take this hose clamp over here, because we got to reuse these. Okay, so got these little protectors on here as well, and I may actually reuse this one, because it's a little bit bigger than the one that came on there. This one's really only this big, but maybe that's all it needs. But this one's pretty tore up, so I'm probably not going to reuse it. So anyway, what we got to do now is I lost one of my clamps here. Yeah, the little nut on my pliers got loose here for some reason. So I've got to open this thing up and then put it on the hose here. And I guess I'm going to take this thing off of here, part number and all that. Don't really need it on there anymore. So we can peel this off of here. So, okay, I got this loaded in my pliers here. Just put it on there. I'm just going to get ready for it. This one here. These pliers actually work really well for this. Just like that. Seems like it just fits right on there perfectly. Kind of position them to where you can get back on again with your deal. So I'm going to set that one up out of the way and wipe this off a little bit. It looks kind of like it's got corrosion on it. Yeah, you can kind of see pretty black. So now that thing's still dripping away. So now I got to climb under here and try and undo this bottom one. Let's see where the hell that even goes. Kind of a tricky deal here. I'm gonna have to climb underneath here and see what I can see. All right. Good luck, Shadow. Well, it looks like I'm going to hang this light down here because it looks like I'm going to have to try and reach this from the upper part. Alright, I'm going to move this out of the way. I'm going to have to move this camera a little bit out of the way too, I think. It might be a little difficult for you guys to see what I'm doing here. Lay down, Shadow. Yeah, this one's going to be a little tricky, guys. Might have to move the camera over here on this side for a moment. Okay. So, you guys probably can't see what I'm doing, but I've got to basically release this lower clamp here and take this hose off of here. And it's going to be kind of tight. Not gonna lie. Oh shit, almost. Okay, so one more try here. That one is on there really good. I don't know why that is on there to the point where I can't collapse it enough to pull it off. I'm not sure about that. That's weird. I'm going to have to collapse my pliers down so I can get onto it better, basically. Yeah, this one's a bear, guys. Not sure why it's so on there so good. The other ones are fairly easy. Tools are beating me up here. Okay. Yeah, it's just such a darn tight fit in there that it didn't want to come off. So I think try and pull this off of here maybe now. And these, I'll tell you guys, these darn hoses and clamps, they don't give you much room at all when it comes to taking these things off of here. I'm telling you. But I'm actually using these pliers to grab a hold of this tube, and it's actually helping me to pull it off. So that's actually maybe a tip you guys can use. Okay, now I'm thinking, guys, that this thing is still dripping over here a little bit. I may have to get another, I've got another bucket here. I'm going to have to drain this bottom hose into this little bucket I've got here, because there's stuff in the engine still. Not a lot. It doesn't seem like it wants to drain unless I hold it down, though. Kind of weird. But I think we can go ahead and pull this radiator out of here now, guys. So let's see what I can do here. It's supposed to be just held in here by just sitting in there. So yeah, this thing is still draining here, so it's still got water in it. I think I'm just going to try and get back, Shadow. Just finish draining it in this little tub here. Okay. Well, guys, she came out of there. Actually got another one of these too. Didn't even realize. So my dad actually stuck 2 of those on there. Okay. So I actually see the holes now that bottom one's gonna have to go back in. So let me grab the new radiator here and see just what I think. I gotta transfer these rubber grommets, or they might just give you a new one. I don't know. Let's take a look here. And this is kind of where you hope they get you the right darn part. So we're gonna switch it back there for a minute. Do this kind of where you guys can see it, hopefully. Step back here. So open it up. See what we got here. Okay, here she comes. Packed up real nice. Yep, looks like the same little bugger. Okay, I'm going to set it aside. Go lay down. Yeah, you got to be careful. I just scratched myself with one of these lovely staples they have in here for you. So I've got this on here, which oh, it's new clips. I believe these are the bottom clips. That's kind of cool. I'm gonna leave that on there. I'm gonna grab a pair of wire cutters so I can clip off those connections. Okay guys, I've got to try and tilt this down so you can see what I'm doing here. Alright, now you can probably see what I'm doing. I'm just taking this little plastic zip tie they had on here off. Get rid of that, throw it in the box. Okay. This thing's not very big. Okay. I guess you got to make sure that the drain is on there. Yeah, and it looks to me, where's this thing go? Oh, it goes like this. Okay, so just like this, and it's like the damn thing's kind of bent already. These things are really fragile, shit. So I'm going to grab this other, the old radiator, and bring it over here, because I think we have to transfer some stuff from this one to the other one. Okay, so putting it the same exact way here, basically, looks like we got some rubber grommets here we gotta save somehow or other. You know, I watched another video and they actually, the new one came with grommets, but I don't see any on here anywhere. And there's none in the box. So yeah guys, it looks like I'm gonna have to try and save these somehow, which I don't know how that works. I think you gotta push this metal thing out of here. Yep. that's exactly what you do. You pull this little metal thing out of here, and then that allows you to pull this rubber thing out, like so, and then we'll put that rubber thing right back into this one, pretty much, just like that. Wow. Pretty simple deal there. Yeah, I didn't think it'd go that easy, but okay, I'll take it. And then we got to come over to this side. Let's see here, I gotta make sure I put this back on exactly the same way. So, exactly the same way. Okay, I gotta pull this out this way. Oh shit. So yeah, don't do that. I just nicked my new radiator a little bit. Are you kidding me? Yeah, you gotta be super careful. I shouldn't have done that, darn it. That was a dumbass thing to do. I really hope I just didn't nick that. Oh my goodness, guys. Wow. Well, guys, I hope I didn't just ruin this new radiator, because I wasn't paying attention really good there. Okay, so we're going to put it together, and hopefully I didn't ruin it. That was a real stupid thing to do. You kind of forget about these. This one here feels a whole lot tougher than that one does. So, yeah. Yeah, that was a stupid thing to do. Son of a gun. Kind of flustered, guys, because that's just that was not smart. And you just got to pull this out of here, and then you'll stick it in the other side there. All right. Just like that. And like I said, guys, I really hope I just didn't damage this. If not, I'm going to have to take it and probably try to give it back to them, just let them know it was damaged. Okay. Let's just pray that it's not damaged. I guess we all learn lessons, and some of them are expensive ones. Okay, so she's in there now. Stick this other one in here. She's in there now, almost. Oh shit. Holy cow. Like the back is damaged too a little bit. I just don't know how that keeps happening. I don't know if it came that way or what. Okay. I don't think I damaged it, guys. I just bent a few fins, but gosh, I'll tell you what. Talk about freaking you out a little bit. Well, I guess we're really going to find out when I put it back in here. So I'm actually going to try and... Actually, I can't stick it in here just yet. One thing I got to remember to do here is set it down real gentle like there, and then I gotta actually unhook this other coolant hose here. And this is going to be this one here. Oh, my light's messing up on me. So anyway, I'm gonna unhook this other clamp here, because now I got a little easier. It's a little easier now that the radiator's out of the way. So pull this off of here. Try and pull it down without breaking the fan, of course. That would suck. Okay, there it goes. Okay, guys. Got that pulled down off of there. Now I'm going to try and work that hose off there. There it goes. Came right off. Perfect. I'm losing all my tools here. Okay. So now, I'm try and pay attention to how this is. Right, so that's going to go in there just like that. So I'm going to take this off of here. Okay. So this one's going to go just like so. So I've got to take off the clamp on this one, and we're going to set it up there to where I can take it off there. I think I gotta readjust my camera here, guys. Alright, let me tilt you back again there. There we go. Okay, guys, sorry about that. You see what I'm doing now? Just gonna take off this clamp here, and we're gonna put it on the new one. So basically, just right. You gotta figure out the orientation here, because this is going to go up here, up into that engine deal. So I just need to back this up just a little bit. You got to make sure that this is on the right area here. This bottom was probably the hardest one to get adjusted the right way. Okay, well, looks like it just goes right up on there. And this is going to hook to the radiator. Let's see if I can up on there. Oh, that actually worked pretty good. Better than I thought. Okay, so now I'm going to move that clamp up on where it goes. Just not a lot of room in here, guys. God. Okay. Now, make sure it's in the right position there, which I think it is. I don't think that booger's coming off there. Oh no. Nope, it's not. I think we're in a good solid spot there. Okay, I think we're good there. Okay, now, where's the other one at? It's still on here, so I'm going to take this off the old one. Ouch. Yeah, my pliers are kind of not cooperating with me today. But we gotta make sure we save all these clamps, because that's what's gonna save us a little money when we gotta put all this back together. So now we got that on there. Clamps where I want it. Okay, now these hooks. I think there's some hooks on this old one here. So we got to put the hooks on the new one in the same exact way. So it basically looks like, let's see how it looks like they go just like this, I guess. Yep. So, I guess we'll put these new hooks on here real quick. Looks like they kind of clamp on just like that on the inside big groove here. Like that. And like that, I guess. So yeah, basically, just put those two new hooks on down there on the bottom, and that's kind of how they go on there, I guess. So I think I'm going to try and stick this thing down in here before I break it anymore. Like I said, I hope I didn't break this thing, because these are not cheap. And so put that one in and that one in. Okay. Okay. Oh, and I think that bottom deal is just to hold on the, it's just to hold on the fan shroud. So that's all that was for. Okay, so I'm going to move this old one out of the way. You know, it does feel to me like the old one is definitely a lot stronger. just in my opinion here. So I guess it is what it is, but yeah, my opinion, it's definitely see if these actually line up here. I think they do perfectly. I think what I'll do is I'll put both these bolts back in here, kind of secure this thing in, down in place. Because I still got to put the new upper. I'm going to kind of move this camera around. It's over here, guys. So back over where it was. I had to move it so I could show you what I was working on over here. So maybe this is better position here. So anyway, I'm going to put this back to tighten, and I'm going to tighten these up again. I think once I tighten these back up again, it's going to be a little better, so it's going to stay there. Okay. And I'm guessing it's like anything, you don't want to overdo it. Hopefully you guys can kind of see what I'm doing here. I'm just tightening up these two bolts on each side here. And we did transfer the feels like it's in there pretty good. Okay, and I left these caps on too, guys. I mean, I think that's probably a good idea, just to kind of leave those things connected as best you can here. And that fan shroud actually just fits right back on there, so that's perfect. Yeah, remember we had these funny little clips on here, and I think they just clipped on. How was that? Like this. I think it was. I think they just screwed. I think they just screwed right in there. Or did they go over the whole shebang? I think it might have went over the whole. No. That doesn't line up. Maybe it's supposed to go over this whole thing. I can't remember. Son of a gun. Well, Yeah, I don't think that's the way it works. Pretty sure the way I remember this is it fit right in this middle part here. I just can't remember how in the hell it. It's got to turn around this way and go in there just like that. I think that's how it goes, guys. Now, shoot. Okay. Now, set this over here like so, because you got to do this next one here. And like I said, I hope I'm doing this the correct way here. Okay, guys, pop down here real quick and make sure all the parts in the where it's supposed to go. Okay, let's see here. Okay, guys, so I almost had that in there wrong. I had one of those little bottom brackets in there upside down, so it was actually a good thing I checked that, because it wasn't lining up very good. So now we're going to tighten these up a little. You know, we got to switch the socket again. Like I say, guys, I'm really praying that I didn't nick a hole in this. I mean, it's a really kind of an honest mistake, but I think I might have nicked it, and if I did, then it's basically going to have to be completely taken apart again, and yeah. I don't know if I'm doing this right. I think this is wrong. I just can't figure out what I did wrong here. This just doesn't seem right here. This clamp, pretty sure it has to go just like this. Yeah, this is the way, guys. I think I messed this thing up here. So let's, yeah. So anyway, guys, I had this messed up, like totally jacked here. I mean, I don't know if it's a big deal or not, honestly. But I kind of felt it was the wrong way here, so basically gonna switch this around. So this is facing this way. It just fits in there better. Yeah, this is the correct way, guys. I messed that one up. Okay, so let's try this again. It's going to stay straighter, I can tell. It's going to be tighter. Yep. It's amazing when you do things right, huh? Now the fan guard's not moving. It was moving a little bit before, so this is much better. Okay. I think we're good there. Okay, guys, I think I'm going to try and hook up that bottom hose first. So that's what we'll do. That's what we're going to do next. And Just have to move you up over out of the way here for a second. Just gotta reach down here, hook onto this thing. And there's caps on these. There's caps on this radiator, so we just got to pull the cap off, the protective cap. Stick the hose on there, of course. And just work it on there, like so. And then we're going to get this hose clamp. Fix my pliers real quick. Well, I think I messed up, guys. I got my hose clamp out of whack here, accidentally. So I need to move it up and adjust it to where when I get the clamp, or when I get the hose on the radiator, the clamp is in the right freaking spot. Tell you, just down here enough to where it's a real pain in the you know what to get a hold of this thing the right way. Okay, come on now, bastard. Well, this thing is not cooperating at all. Put it nicely. Hopefully I got it up in the right spot now. Try to push this thing on here. Okay. I'm going to get onto that clamp. I'm just going to scoot it all the way up on there. Oh, goodness. Okay, guys. I've got this light over here a little closer. I'm having a hard time seeing what I'm doing here. And you gotta make sure that this clamp is on here, or you're gonna leak. You're gonna leak antifreeze everywhere. I don't want that to happen. So I think I'm in a good spot there. I don't think that thing's coming off of there at all. Okay, guys, so got that like that. Got the bottom one on, that's the hardest. And I think I'm going to go ahead and put this screen down in here too while I'm at it. So if I accidentally poked a hole in the radiator, well, this is gonna suck a lot. Yeah, I might have should have stuck this in here before I tightened everything up. I'll reach in from the front here and just pull it on down in front of this thing as best I can here. Okay, one more here. I'm not really sure exactly how he had this in here, but I think I got enough in here now that I'm sure it's protected now. Yeah, I think it's good enough. It's all protected in there now. Okay guys, well, I got the bottom hose on there. Looks like it's on there good. Doesn't look like it's gonna leak. Now, I guess we'll do the top one here. So, let me move you around here. This is quite the long video here, but it does take a little while to do one of these buggers, seems like. So I'm going to take off this cap here. This is that other protective cap. So we're going to take and kind of work this hose on here, like so. That. Get old handy dandy pliers out. I'm going to work this clamp right up here. That's good. Now we got to hook this other side up over here. I'm going to work this one onto that. This one's kind of a crazy. This is kind of a hard connection to make over here, guys. Oh, there it goes. I've actually replaced quite a few of these dang hoses before, but I never, well, I did replace one radiator one time, and I'll tell you what, guys, these radiators used to be a whole lot heavier duty back in the day. This one here, God, I tell you what, I just barely nicked it with that other radiator, and it just it didn't like that one bit. So yeah, be careful. I guess that's probably going to be my biggest tip for you guys, is just be careful. Okay, so both of the upper one, or the lower one, and the top one is connected now. Now what we have to do, get this stuff out of the way here. Now we have to hook this little, well, we should probably, I don't want to lose this. This is our radiator cap. We just used the old one. And then we also have to put the, remember this little one I told you about, this filler hose thingy? Actually, better to remove this. So I probably should have done that first. Let's take this off. Make sure this cap is all the way on here like it is. And then we're just going to snug it down real quick. I think I loosened it way too much when I took it off there. And you don't have to be real tight, guys. Just It's going to stay on there just like that. Okay, so I'm going to stick this on here. Okay, so what's next, guys? Get rid of all these stupid little protective caps, I guess. Put away some of our mess. Okay, guys. Let's see here. I'm going to figure out what we're going to do next here. So I've got everything on for the radiator. This is on. The bottom two pieces of that fan guard is on. The top is on. So I think we're actually ready to start. Let's put this piece back on top here, and we should be, I think we're going to be good. So I'm going to take this piece of, I told you about this thing. Take that out of there. Okay, guys. I'll finish putting all this stuff back on real quick. Now, this air filter, you got two little pegs that go, yep, right down in that hole like that. Oh, and I actually, I remember now, I actually put those two bolts back in there where they go, which was a good idea because a lot of these look the same. And then this one didn't have anything on it, it's just a breather for the oil, so I just put that one back on. Now, actually move this WD out of the way. So I'm actually going to pull these bolts out now because we're going to connect this back on there. That one and that one. Okay, so you make sure those two pegs are in there, and then you line up here, and you stick your screw or bolt in there. Like so. I'm just going to tighten it up. And right now, guys, I'm just going to hand tighten it because I still got to hook that other one up over there. Okay, pretty good there. Don't forget to hook up this connector again. We unplugged. It just clips right back in there. Then we're going to work this one back on here, like so. So it's really pretty darn easy, guys. You just make it as simple as you can for yourself. Don't take everything all the way off. Just loosen it enough to where you can pop it off there. Tighten it back up, and that's not coming off of there. And you can always make sure this other stuff's tight too, but pretty much is. So we're going to grab our ratchet over here. Yes. See if this is the right one or not. I don't think it is. Nope. It's this bigger one I have sitting here. It's the 13/32. Alright, let's see if I can get in here and tighten this old girl up. And actually, I've even noticed you can take this off of here and tighten it up with the socket until it's tight, and then put the ratchet on there. Okay, and don't lose it down in the engine because you'll never get it out of there. Okay, I think we're good. Now, screwdriver. I've got one over here too, so I can tighten this one up real quick. Okay, all tight. Gonna make sure I got this one good and tight. Perfect. Okay. So guys, just double check, look through everything. I know I can tell we're missing something here. It's the first thing we took off. So we're gonna do those real fast, which was this funny little booger, and if I remember right, kind of fits on here weird. Let's see, how in the world did that pop on there? Kind of curved around here somewhere. Okay, so it's on there by pretty much 2 bolts. This is weird here, guys. Trying to remember how this was actually on here. Okay, guys. I was actually thinking that this went back further. And I'm not really sure what the hell was over there on that back side, but there's a bolt over there. So anyway, I thought it was back there further. So that was my idiotic mistake, I guess you could call it. So let's see here. I found the right one. So we're going to put these in here by hand first. Get it lined up just right. And so we'll just tighten this back up, guys. Okay. Okay, I think this baby's on there good. So, guys, I think that is pretty much it. So, I'm gonna be rather upset if this thing doesn't work, because obviously the only reason it wouldn't work is if I accidentally poked a hole in the radiator. Which, I mean, I guess that's why we do these kind of videos, because we all can learn from each other. So, I mean, honest mistake. And I can tell this radiator here, this one that was in there was just way more heavy duty than this one. This one seems pretty darn flimsy, to be perfectly honest. So anyway, it's just, it is what it is. So without further ado, I think we're going to go ahead and try and put some antifreeze in here and see if the damn thing does folds up or not. So we'll move all this stuff up out of the way. I'm going to probably save these hoses, because saving those hoses, they weren't ruined. I just replaced them because they're getting old. So if for some reason one of my hoses ever does break, I've got a couple of backups. Now, they're not new, but if it's on a Sunday and the parts house is not open, then, you know, we just, you know, we did a good thing. So anyway, we'll set this up here. Move all these tools up out of the way. And I think, guys, I've got the bottom thing closed. I think it comes closed, but I'm going to put a little antifreeze in here and see if it, you know, doesn't leak out, because we don't want it to leak out. So I'm going to that piece of plastic there, it's kind of weird, but just double checking and making sure everything is on here good and tight. I don't think I missed anything. I don't have any bolts laying around here. So it looks to me like I've gotten everything the way it's supposed to be. I'm going to try and get a little bit of a funnel here instead. Yeah, I think we're going to use a funnel, guys, because in my last video I kind of spilled some antifreeze around, so I think we'll just use this. Use this as a funnel. And let's pour some antifreeze in here and see what happens. Okay guys, so this one here is already mixed. So the other one that I bought a little while ago was not mixed. So what we're going to do with this one is we're going to dump half of this one into this one, because 50-50 is about what you want on these anyway. So we'll poke a hole in here like so, and then we're just going to pretty much do half and half on this. Okay. Okay guys, I am going to go run and grab some water from the house area because it's got a filter on it, and I don't want to use the water from out here because it is not filtered. So I'll be right back. Alright guys, I'm back. I had to go and get some cleaner water. The water out here is not filtered, so this is the water we want to use to mix our antifreeze. So just give that a wipe off real quick, shake it up a little bit, and we're gonna keep filling this thing. So we gotta cross our fingers, guys. Hopefully no leaks. Well, I ain't seen any leaks yet, but usually the leaks come when you pressurize the system, so. Okay, so can't tell how full it is, but I'm gonna keep adding more. So I got one that was basically like a gallon and maybe a quarter, something like that. So just kind of see if we can't listen to make sure when it does get full that we kind of slow down. We don't run it all over the floor. So let's just keep pouring. All right, it sounded a little different there. So it's really hard to see in there, but I think it's getting full. Okay, so guys, I think it looks like we're pretty full here. So we're going to remove this little thing here. I'm going to put the cap on this antifreeze, and then we're going to kick this engine on, and we're going to see what it does. And I think you got to bleed out the air in the system as well, so we're doing that as well. So let me get some more gloves on. Okay. So guys, let's turn this thing on and see what happens. Cross your fingers, guys. Let's hope it all works. Make sure everything's out of the way here as well. That's one thing I got to do. Make sure all my tools are out of the way. I'm going to make sure this fan turns, so it does. Okay, I think we're good, guys. I'm going to turn it on. So basically, guys, we got to keep adding antifreeze to this, I believe. No leaks yet. Thank God. Today I'm going to try and pour some more in here. Okay. Now I can see it. It looks pretty full. So now basically got to let this engine come up to temperature, and when it does that, it's going to suck this antifreeze into the system, and then we'll really see if we have any leaks or not. Let's hope we have nothing. I'm going to open the door here so we don't get carbon monoxide. Okay, guys, just open the door. Usually you can hear a clicking noise. You know, you'll know your thermostat engages and it opens it up, so it can suck it into the engine. I think I'm just going to go ahead and plug that. Because I think if I didn't, it's just going to boil over. Well, my light went dead, so there's that. It's a pretty good run though. I think it's been in there like 20 years, so. Bugger's really hot, I'll tell you that. Alright, stick a new one in here. There we go. Perfect. Just want to watch your connections and see if nothing's leaking. Okay guys, well, haven't seen anything yet, but this thing is not up to temperature yet either, so oh yeah. Yeah, just got to make sure you got to watch your dog when you're doing stuff like this. They like to drink antifreeze, so. Okay. Well, I ain't seeing any leaks yet, guys. Well, like I said, it hasn't. I haven't heard the thermostat kick in yet. We'll hear that here momentarily, I'm sure. Everything still looks good here. Seeing any leaks? Mainly, I'm looking at those big bottom one and top hoses, and I ain't seeing any leaks there. Still no leaks, guys. That thermostat ought to be kicking in any second. I haven't heard it yet. That's when it'll suck that antifreeze up through the engine. Should be getting close here any second. It should kick on, unless it kicked on while I was gone, but yeah, it looks like it's starting to suck from this thing here. So I think I'm going to go ahead and fill the rest of the antifreeze into this little thing here. So we'll go ahead and pour the rest into this reservoir here. And I'm pretty sure the motor will suck what it needs in there to keep the engine going. Okay, I think that's full enough on that one. Okay. Alright guys, well, I think everything works, and so first time doing this. I did one before on another car, but I guess my biggest takeaway from this is just be careful with the new one if they're very fragile. I mean, it was a little bit harder and it might have nicked it. I mean, I still could have nicked it. I guess we'll know here in the next couple of days, but as of right now, I haven't seen any leaks, so that's a good thing. So if this video helped you out, you know, like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. So thanks for watching, guys. See you next time.